Okay. So, where are we at? Oh, yeah, we are there. We are there. Okay. Yes, we are officially live. So, we're gonna let's see. I will I will fix the music, get it more tailored. But for right now, you are listening to Live at 5. We're talking about 100. We're talking about bias. We're talking about DXO. We're covering it all, people. We're talking about crypto. We're talking about projects that are innovative and in your face. That's it. We are talking about Red Rocket. We are talking about Crypto Kato. We are talking about 100, bias, DXO. If you don't know, now you know.
Talking about them dino biddies.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I tried to get you on a couple weeks ago, and it didn't go as planned. So this is about how it went.
We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
The old classic Bill O'Reilly. Uh, it's an oldie, but it's a goodie, and it's always gonna stay on the show that we're doing here. We are live at 5 Pacific time, and today this has been a long time coming. Today I have a very special guest, someone I have been trying to get on for we're talking months, almost a year. My man, Crypto Kato. Crypto, tell everyone what's up.
What's going on? What's going on, people? I'm glad you are here. I'm glad for the people that's going to listen later. I'm glad to be on the show. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate Red Rocket even asking me to come. I know when I did it the first time, I asked him and I said I had to be on the show. It's these Friday night lives are amazing.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Well, it is a huge honor to have you on, my man. And I tried to introduce my man a couple weeks ago. I got it. I got all the kinks worked out. But my man, Homeless Harry, I saw him on the side of the road, and I said, "Hey, man, I'm gonna get you some 100, but I need you to read off a disclaimer for me." So, Homeless Harry, can you take it over?
Potential
Oh,
value or suitability of any particular digital asset that may be talked about or discussed. Viewers should not construe any information displayed, published, or provided by this channel as legal, tax, investment, financial, or other advice.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Harry. Like I said, I got your 100. But don't mix our wallets, all right? I don't need your transactions on mine. All right. So, so we are talking about. Let's see. Let's check the chat real quick. Who do we have? Anyone? Let's see. I don't know if I. Oh, see the chat. Okay. Well, if you guys are in the chat, let's see. I'll try to get on a different screen here. It's always this part. Okay. Let's see. For some reason, I can't see the chat in this one. So if I go, how do I switch? Oh yeah, here we go.
No, straight up in the chat. What's up?
Is he in there? Where is he? Is he talking? Oh man, I need to see it. All right. Cool. Technical difficulties only because I'm. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Let me put that on mute. Okay. I got it. Sweet. Okay. Good. Okay. So we got Straight Up in the house. We got Crypto, my man, here. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. So we got our disclaimer out of the way. We got Bill O'Reilly out of the way, and we got all the technical difficulties worked out. We got Crypto in there. Yes, we got Boring Day in Crypto. Dude, okay. So before I go any further, I have to talk about. I haven't even posted it because it's just been crazy busy. I'm leading a big project right now at work, and I'm getting. I mean, it's just nonstop. And then we had some appointments yesterday. I had 2 different appointments we had to attend to. downtown Seattle, and it was crazy. I don't like going downtown Seattle and driving and all that stuff, but I had to spend all day down in Seattle. But boring got me something, and I cannot wait. I got it in the mail, and I cannot wait to show it off. You guys, it is going to knock your socks off, guys. Seriously, I'm gonna post it after the show. Yes. So boring. Thank you in advance. One other person I want to give a shout out to is EasyQ. You are going to get your coin, my man. I have it and it's ready to go. And then we're going to talk about getting the challenge going, a new challenge, a new, fresh beginning on getting that going, because I have some coins to give out, and these are copper 1 ounce coins, and yeah. But anyway, what I wanted to do, I titled the show "The 100 Code Doesn't Change." Okay, and we want to talk about in life and in crypto specifically, that we are faced with change on a daily basis, right? And change can be good, but in many cases, it doesn't. It's nice to have something that is the same and it's permanent and it doesn't change, right? Investors change, goals change, attitudes change, habits change. Kato, can you speak on that at all? Any on change?
Yes, and see the thing is growth is change. You know what I'm saying? We change as humans. We change even in marriage. You know what I'm saying? You change as you grow. You're not the same when you go down the aisle. You're not the same as when you were in elementary. You're not the same as when you were in different parts of your life. But one thing that you try to do is you try to find things that's the same, and it has something to do with when we're in this market right here. You want to find things. If you have to trade something, that means is you feel like it's going to change a lot, so that means you have to watch it, you have to do something about it. But what we want to talk about now is something that we feel that doesn't change, where you can put your money in, and then it grows without you having to less work and more money made.
Yeah, yeah. And so what we're talking about, the code does not change, and that's something that is the code has made it stand out from all of the other projects that are out there, and and it's something that it's innovative, it's just ingenious, really, and it's something that others have tried to mimic, and they've all failed. The team at 100 has made something that is is not going to change, and we can be thankful for that, because the things that we are benefiting from, that from the 100-hour code, are things that people, when we go to a centralized exchange, they're going to be able to benefit from, and people from, we're the early holders, we're getting to see all of this stuff play out in the very beginning. And then the one thing that we can see is that, we a year from now we may see completely different faces, and but the one thing we know that has been consistent this whole time is um, that the code itself has not changed. Okay. And then, yes, straight up, everyone hit that like button. Yes, sir. And throw some rockets in there. I love seeing those rockets. This is Red Rocket coming at you live at 5. Oh, we got Q. We got Q in the house. Yes, welcome, Q. Another thing I want to talk about is the long game. All right. 100 is playing the long game, and so should you. And so the long game, it's not easy, is it, Kato?
Man, this is what I tell people when it comes to the long game. In this ecosystem, I truly believe that we're very early in this ecosystem. And my belief is that the longer that you hold is going to be the more money you make. But with this ecosystem, it's going to be the hardest thing that we've ever done in life, but it's going to be the best thing that we do when it comes to providing not just for your immediate family, but we're talking but about your family. We are in a situation where, you know what I'm saying, things are being done in the background that's going to benefit us years from now. And we in something that's truly generational and financially free if you just hold. And so you're gonna every project has issues at the beginning, but the fact that you're in a project that you witnessing mistakes, not just from the developers or the community. It's just as a whole, you know, just like what you said, the code is true. And so the thing is, you just got to get through all this early stage. And once you hit a certain level, this thing is just going to blow.
Mm. Oh yeah, that's it. And you talk about the long game. I know that you've been married for a long time, right? And that marriage, that it wasn't always promised. There were things that came along the way that that sort of rocked you at times, I'm sure, right?
Man, and that's what I was trying to set example was is the fact that me and my wife have been together since we were 15 years old. And
Hmm.
so the thing is, we walked down the aisle at 20, before we was even legally able to drink or do anything. But the
Wow.
thing is, those teens, those 20s, those 30s, what I'm saying, in the beginning, we didn't see ourselves here. All we know, we were doing something, two people fell in love and let's just figure it out. And so the long game, sometimes you don't, if you focus on the long game, then most people don't get there. You have to live in the moment. You have to wake up and say, "Hey, what can I do to put a smile on her face?" She wakes
Right.
up, what can she do to put a smile on my face? And so when we tie all that into crypto, we found something that, what I'm saying, every day is not going to be just a happy-go-lucky day. But the thing is, I understand what we're trying to build and where we're trying to go. So we take it day by day. And here it is. What I'm saying? We've been together 29 years together and 24 years married. And what this
Congratulations.
ecosystem is saying is, man, can you hold me for 2 to 3 years
Hmm.
without selling and watch what I do for you?
Yeah, and financially speaking, a lot of us are in the long game with our 401ks. We are, we're going through the different market changes. We're going through all of that stuff, and we know that we will receive a penalty if we try to take that early, if we try to take it out early. And the reason that we're playing that long game, that 401k long game, is so that what we can do what?
Get more
Kato,
money.
retire. We want to retire, right? So with 100 is giving us that ability to play the long game in crypto. And what is the long game with 100, Kato? What is the long game that we're trying to play here? How
So
long are we trying to, what is considered the long game?
the long game in 100, and people, you might say that, well, you guys, they were questioning us, saying that you guys are gonna never sell. Y'all will be dead and gone before you sell, and that's not it. The thing is, we're holding the long game for some of us who understand what the project is a centralized exchange. That
Yes.
that's when the fun starts. And
Yep.
so the thing is, most people, there are going to be some people that won't touch it until they get to a centralized exchange. They don't want to go through all the things that we've been through already. We don't know what projects go through in the beginning, because most of the time, somebody like me, this is the first time that I've been in a project this early where nobody's talking about it. And so those are the things that we look for, because if you go around and say 100 and you go around the social medias and you go around, nobody's talking about this. We have time to literally educate, communicate, and accumulate until this thing really gets going.
Yeah. Yep. And the thing is the centralized exchange, that's where the magic happens. That is where you start seeing people, right now we know the chat room. We know everyone that's in the chat room. We're not seeing as many new faces now, but there is going to be a time when that centralized exchange comes. Centralized exchange, it means that there's people from all over the world 24/7 going in and getting their 100, waiting their 100-hour code because they heard it, they've seen it on the YouTube, they've seen it on the social media, and they there's a buzz out there. So that centralized exchange is where the magic happens, and that magic, I can tell you right now, when it hits the centralized exchange, I'm gonna keep holding, because my part of what I want to do is, I've heard the devs talk about us hitting $1 billion market cap, and if we if we uh if we hold for a $1 billion market cap, or hold a bag for that $1 billion market cap, we're talking about hitting top 100, top or no top what is it? Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look at the chart again. I haven't looked at it in a while, but those top ones right there, they each have $1 billion, and there's projects in there I've never even heard of, and yet they're on centralized exchange. They've got it. So for those that don't think that 100 can do it because it's so unique, that is not the right type of thinking, because this, as we continue to pound the pavement, me, Kato, the devs, the all the new people that are going to come along, I think that we are going to be pleasantly surprised about the gains that we make, and the ways that we end up going. So yeah, so and in that process to getting listed on a centralized exchange, we are going to have to build our grit up, right? That it's not easy when you see a big sale, someone drops, you see that big red candle, you're going, oh man, but you get used to it. It reminds me of that meme where they're all sitting up at the rope, around the neck, and the guy's about to die, put the rope, and he's all crying, and then the other guy looks at, he says, oh, first time. And that's something we see in crypto a lot. But that is the truth, that these dips happen, but you got to have those dips to be able to see those big, huge green candles, because that's where the euphoria kicks in and it feels good, and you're like, yeah, we're on the winning track. So, so yeah. Did you have anything to say to that?
Yeah, so to go back to when you said the 401k, and so just like that y'all have heard on our spaces, we have a construction company, and so
Mm-hmm.
just like with any company, you're gonna have guys who don't understand certain things. Sometimes I have guys who I have to sit down with, and because when they're filling out their their application, they put in like 99 for federal and state, and then when they do their 401k, we match or whatever. But what happens is,
Mm-hmm.
if some type of situation they want to borrow from their 401k, or what I'm saying, you pay less to Uncle Sam now, but that he's going to get his money later, and you kind of explain that to the guys and girls, and so what happens is, you take from your 401k, they penalize you from even asking for it. Then what happens is, when you get the money, they give you a certain amount of time to when you got to pay it back, or they
Yep.
penalize you even more. And what
Yep.
people have to understand is, yes, you're paying for retirement. You're matching. Hey, I'm matching my company. But what happens is, the money that you see in your little 401k thing, they are making tens of thousands more with your money, and you just, because they mess up, think about it, your money is in a pool, so if that stock or something goes up or down, you know what I'm saying, you just, it's whatever it is. When you retire, you can't touch it till you get to a certain age. But then
Yep.
when you come into crypto, you find a project that you know that you can hold. And what I tell people now, treat 100 as an accelerated 401k, meaning that you don't have to wait until you a certain age. All you have to wait is a few years. And so if you sit there and don't focus on the buys and the sell, what you want to do is you want to focus on, just like you do with your 401k, is you just hit up the dips. DCA is one of the best things that you can do for yourself, because the future of making money in the future would be managing your own money. And so the thing is, you don't need a 401k. You don't need some of these savings account at your bank, or CDs that's only giving you a few percentages. You find something that you can put your money in, that you know that is safe, and then you know there's going to be ups and downs, because people don't know how to manage their money. So if they put in 1,000 and all of a sudden that 1,000 turns into 50,000, and now they're selling, but can you live off 50,000? You know what I'm saying? We're talking about, put whatever you putting in, you know what I'm saying, times it by 100x, times it by 1,000x. These are the things that the potential of us being here so early now, that you still got 100,000x on the way, and we're only 4 projects in an ecosystem that's going to have thousands of projects in it. So, if you don't make your million off 100, and you don't make your million off bias, you can make your million off project 4, you can make your million off project 7. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's a reoccurring ecosystem that's going to make people a lot of money.
No, absolutely right. And you were talking about the fees, right? The people that are moving your money around in your 401k. And, I think any of us would cry if we actually saw that number that those people are making off of the sweat off our eyebrows, going in, taking that time away from our family and working all day just so somebody in some BMW or Benz in downtown New York can fund their lifestyle off of our blood, sweat, and tears, right? And they do it for years. It seems it's like the perfect crime. That's what it feels like. But and we don't have those fees in 100. The other thing I want to talk about is, okay, so we know that in crypto there's a lot of gains to be made. That's why the people who are in crypto, because of all the stories with all these parabolic gains and this and that. The reality is a lot of people come into crypto and they get burned. And they get burned because there are so many projects out there that fail, whether it's by intention, it's meant to fail, or it just doesn't succeed. And part of those reasons is from greedy or dishonest developers, where they pull the rug on their investors. Kato, have you ever been rugged by any? Have you ever been in any crypto investment that has rugged?
Yes. I have been in the right, I think a little bit before I found 100, and it took me a minute to really um go all in with 100, because when you in a crypto, and every it's out this whole crypto space, everybody's saying the same thing. Hey, we are the next thing that's going to make you a bunch of money. The cryptocurrency that I was in was called Tesla Safe. And they had a bunch of it's sort of like trying to do what we're doing now, but what we're doing is totally so much better than what they were doing. But they had other projects inside the project, and they were building an ecosystem. And I had over $80,000 in the project, because it was about holding, and it was about We're gonna hold, and the longer that you hold, the more money you make. We were going to go to this convention. We was going to have a big convention. If you hold to this convention, you'll make even more money if you just hold. So they had all the things set up, and then all of a sudden I woke up one morning, just checked my phone, and the devs they wrote a message. I still got the message in my phone from that group saying how the devs was slow draining the whole accounts. Some of those accounts we were locked in, so we couldn't even get our money out, and we just sit there and
Wow.
they get drained slowly. And so by the time I could get my laptop and I might have pulled out 2K out of the over 80K that I had in there. And so after that, you know what I'm saying, I'm like, I don't want to hold again. And so, coming to this ecosystem and seeing what it's about, and going through the last 10 months that I've been here, and it's totally different. You know what I'm saying? The buys and sell, the devs have not sold anything. And that's what's reassuring here, because the only way that we fail now, if we fail each other, meaning that investors understanding that we early in a project, and we set the tone. We can literally set the tone. And I understand everybody's not going to do that, but the ones that understand that we have developers who won't rug on us, who are still building right now, we can literally set the tone by being the first. It's only 960 holders in 100, and we're not even 1,000 yet.
Let's
But
get to 1,000, guys.
if we get to 1,000, because the thing about it is, if the majority of us hold, then we set the tone. Everybody else coming in now, you know what I'm saying, will understand, oh, they're really holding. That's what gave us attention in the back. Yes, we want everybody to market. Yes, we want everybody to go out there and like all the posts. But the first thing, that before you do anything, the reason why we can go out there and market and be on the front lines is because of the holders. So I want to appreciate everybody who's holding 100. Just keep holding. You don't understand that we're going to change our own lives together, because the best thing about 100 is the fact that I know that for me to win, the people that come in behind me has to win also, for me to truly win. And I think that's one of the best things about it, because I'm a giver, and I know that I'm a win because other people win. And that's you can't there's nothing out there in the real world that's giving you that type of code and community, that we can win without actually having to do anything physical. You know what I'm saying? Working in the elements. All we have to do is literally like a few posts and comment, or the major thing that we have to do is just hold through it all, and then we can change our life.
Yeah, and and to your point, if you guys are holding 100, for all the 100 holders, everybody listening, and anybody who sees this broadcast later, if you are holding 100, go to CoinMarketCap, let your voices be heard. Put a bullish comment in there, and like a few posts in there, but let's go out there and let people be exposed to this. Let other people, new people, come in, and let us get 1,000 holders. We want 1,000 holders by the end of this week. By this time next week, we want 1,000 holders, and we can do that. We can do that. Also, I want to take a second, real quick, just to shout out a few people I'm seeing in the chat. I'm seeing Crypto Vault in there. What up? I'm seeing Hundo Freeman and Parabolic
Hello.
Key. Am I missing anybody else, Kato?
Let's see here.
We got Scrate is he's in there calling shots. He's I mean, I love it because he's talking about getting the likes up there, getting the algorithm. I love it, man. I love it. But yeah, and the other thing too is we the one thing I especially, you talk about these small, the projects that are the size of 100 out there. There are so many of these projects that that haven't even made it to as much as that we are. We're at what about a 10 million market cap, right? We're trying to our next milestone is 100 million, right?
Right.
And so that takes everywhere where we're at today, that makes that a 10x. And but there are so many projects out there that haven't even made it this far, and the devs have already rugged on their teams, already rugged. And it's one of the craziest things for me. So what is nice about this project is not only have the devs not rugged, but they are constantly and consistently behind the scenes building, building, building. And some of those things that they've built are the Dino Biddies, and those Dino Biddies, they're part of Bias, and these things are. I'm going to tell you a little employee thing, right? I work for a union, and one thing that we're always told as employees is, when it's your break time, that's not the time where you go to the bathroom stall and take care of business, right? You always wait until the company's paying you. Well, so these Dino Biddies, check it out. These Dino Biddies, they are generating income, generating bias rewards just by um, holding them, right? So you can sleep, you can go to the bathroom, you can go on vacation, no matter what, you can come back and you know that those Dino Biddies are working for you. These are NFTs. Most of these NFTs out in crypto right now are just JPEGs on the blockchain, right? But these Dino Biddies are an instrument, a digital instrument to make you and generate more income. What do you think about those Dino Biddies, Kato?
Dino Biddies, Dino Biddies. I think that what people don't understand right now, and all they see is we at 5,000 something on coin market cap. All they see is okay, you came out with some NFTs that looks like it's producing bias, but what is bias? What I'm saying? What is it going to really do? Now we've been educating and communicating what bias is, but the thing is, it takes a minute for change to happen in anything. It's not just crypto, it's not just any market that you do something that everybody is going one way. Everybody's copying everybody. Everybody's saying this is the way that you make money. And when you come in there and say, hey, I think we can do it differently and more people can make more money. No, we don't have time for this because nobody wants to take the time to read the white paper, to understand that we're doing something different. And with these NFTs, I have definitely have more than five. And the fact that in the last 2 weeks there's only been one minted, and so there's only 102 Dino Biddies minted, and there's only 725 Dino Biddies that's left. And what the developers have said is the rarest Dino Biddies haven't even been minted yet. And so the thing is that bias, okay, so think about bias and it'll put the Dino Biddies in perspective. Bias has been burned, as we know. There's over 83 billion biases has already been burned. So bias is getting scarce every day that somebody buy, sell, or trade or mints a NFT. And so the NFTs, the bias that the NFT produces it's equivalent to you going out there and finding you're ready to invest. Whether you're invested in a little house, whether you invested into a mid-sized house, 3 levels, basement, or you want an apartment building. That's what you have to look at with these NFTs. I got my neighbor in, and my neighbor came and said, hey, those NFTs are a little expensive. And the first thing I said to him, so when you say expensive, what do you mean? And so he was like, man, it right now at the time, I think it's down now, but at the time it was $2,000 some dollars just to get the required amount to mint an NFT. And so what I told him was, I said, so this is the way you want to look at it. If I sat in a room with some brokers and real estate agents and people and investors who invested in real estate, and I truly explained to them what these dino biddies were, they'll be gone that day.
Mm-hmm.
And so the thing is, it's all because it's new tech. It hasn't been done before. That's the first thing that we have to understand in this space. There's over 2.2 something million cryptocurrencies out there, and everything these developers has produced has never been done in the space before. Please go find it. It's not out there. So we got to understand that it takes time for new development, for new things. That's why I always say 100 is set to change the game of crypto one investor at a time, because they're not coming in thousands and thousands. It takes a minute for everybody to really understand what we have, and for somebody to understand how important bias is. Once you understand how important bias is, you would think that these NFTs would fly off the shelf. But these NFTs in the future, we all know that bias is going to get to $1. At $1 billion market cap for bias will be at 6 cents. So let's just talk about bias at 1 cent. And so if you think about bias at 1 cent, some depending on what type of NFT you have, just at 1 cent, we're still talking about could be hundreds of dollars a day. Now, as bias grow and bias become a dollar, that's why it's a win-win for everybody, because it's just like with any rental property. You cool with making the passive income, but say something happened in your life, so now you have to sell that income property. You have to sell that NFT. The person that buys that house, that buys that NFT, also wins. It's just like with any investment. They buy, the person that's selling gets a lump sum of money. The person that buys has to might take him a 6 month to a year, depending on how fast bias is moving. And all of a sudden, that person has made their money back, and now they're making passive income with the same NFT that you was making passive income for now. Besides, you decide to put it on the market to make a lump sum, and that person that buys it is going to end up making more money on the long term. So that's why everything that these developers are doing, they're doing it for the long term, all the way into well, we not at DXO yet, but that's what I have for the downbeat. They are.
Preach. I love it. I love it. No, you're on a roll. You are on a roll. You are
Don't
are
get me
hitting
started.
it. And the thing is,
don't get me started.
yeah. No, we're gonna get him started. We are gonna get him started, people. But you're talking about also something that is deflationary. Deflationary means it becomes more scarce as time goes on, and because that burning mechanism is there, the Dino Biddies help with that, and so we are making it happen. So real quick, in the chat, it's great. He's making the call, people. There's 5 likes. We need for anybody watching, go ahead and put a like on there. All right, because Straight Up told you to. So he's calling the shots. But you know what? And so you were talking about, you were just leading into DXO. Let's talk about DXO. And also real quick, just before, one more thing I want to say about bias, but this applies to DXO and 100 as well. If you have already invested in bias 100, you are already a visionary. You are already someone who sees it, who sees the future, sees what it looks like. You are already there. That bag is secured, and all we have to do is show other people that same thing that we see. And that's, when I'm talking to people, especially, it's very hard when people have been burned in crypto. It's very hard to sell that when they've lost and they're just afraid, and when the project is so small. But I just try to show them, I've been in this thing for in 100 for 10 months now that have we been in it, Kato?
Yes,
About
sir.
10 months. Yeah. And and it's done nothing but good things. And think about holding it for another 10 months. How much more are we going to have, right? So, yeah, and Kato, you're getting some love in the chat. Hundo
Oh,
Freeman says,
come on now.
Kato gonna make you feel it in your soul. Yeah, so let's talk about DXO, Kato.
Man, okay, so I guess I'm excited about DXO because see, this is the thing about it. Now you don't have to everybody, Hundo, appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying? But I'm passionate about people. And so like
Mm-hmm.
I'm invested, Red Rock is invested, and all of us pretty much on here is invested. But
Yep.
the thing about it is everything people go in life and they just like I want something real. I want to invest in something that I understand. And so the thing
Mm-hmm.
is, we go out there and educate, communicate, you know what I'm saying? And we're definitely still accumulating. But you get to a point like bias on Twitter just went in today talking about DXO. The devs just really, trying to let people understand how important DXO is. We haven't been talking about it because the focus has been so much on 100 and bias and the NFTs. But we got to understand the power of DXO and what it could do. And so with DXO, it's an unstable, it's an unstable
Coin.
stable coin. Why I got a blank?
Stage fright.
Yeah, but right, stage fright.
Yeah.
The thing that DXO does that no other crypto does is just the fact that you have to forge either Bitcoin, BNB, or in the future other deflationary cryptocurrencies to even
Deflationary only. Yes.
deflationary only coins to get DXO. To get DXO. Right now, there's less than 300,000 DXO that exists. Why? Because that's all that's been forged out of Bitcoin and out of BNB. We're going to get to a time to where you can be out and you can sit there and convert uh Bitcoin, whatever point dot whatever
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin that you convert into DXO. It's a one-in-one type of situation. So however much whatever you need at the time, you can convert your Bitcoin or convert your BNB or convert whatever we have in the future into DXO. And the difference between DXO and another stable coin, I don't know why I couldn't think of stable coin 2 seconds ago, but the difference between DXO and something like a Tether or something like that is the fact that all of us who hold DXO still gets a piece of transaction from each transaction that happens inside of the DXO as you buy and sell things from DXO, we still get a percentage. So just by holding DXO, it might not go up as much as bias, but just the fact that you're holding it is going to go up. So
Yeah.
think about real world assets and real world things that they'll take DXO as payment and hold DXO because just sitting there, they'll make money while other people using DXO is sitting there. So the opportunity and the process of thinking of something like that is just it's just amazing.
Real quick too, you were talking about Bitcoin spending it at businesses. What is DXO trying to do right now? What is their challenge? Have you seen it in the group?
What do you mean?
So in the group, they are trying to get the devs are trying to.
Oh yeah. I'm trying. We're trying to get we're trying to get businesses to accept DXO for the contest right now is to be able to get a business to accept DSO as payment,
That's a
and you
payment.
be able to video that, and then you win $100 by getting somebody else out there in the real world to accept DXO as payment. And I think that's so amazing because even if it doesn't happen now, it lets us know that what these developers are doing and with DXO, it not only has a utility and use case in network, it also has use case outside of just crypto alone. And so that's the power of what these developers are doing. And when you're doing something that's never been done before, it's gonna take time to get adapted. And but once it does,
Yep. And the thing is,
woo,
the devs, they fully appreciate and admire everything that Bitcoin did. It's just that Bitcoin over time, it it became slow and expensive. So if I want to go to your business and you accept Bitcoin, and then I go to buy something, it's going to take I don't know, a few minutes before that exchange goes through, plus the cost of the Bitcoin that it takes to spend the Bitcoin. With DXO, it's instantaneous and the fees are nominal. And so that is the other thing. The other thing we're talking about actually. Let's see. I want to go to Scrate comment. He made a comment about stable coins, and Scrate Up says DXO could very well replace stable coins. They don't show what's backing the stable coin DXO. Everything is on the blockchain. That is perfect, nail on the head. Tether has been audited before. They've and never fully audited. Okay, they've I should say attempts have been made to audit Tether. They have only provided snapshots at a given time, but they have never allowed a full audit. And I'm telling you, I it really does scare me the day that some powerful entity forces Tether to perform an audit, because I don't think any of us are going to like what we're going to see. DXO can play the same game with them. Hey, show us your books. Okay, look, you know how to read the blockchain? It's all right there. Everything the every DXO that exists was created from burning Bitcoin, from burning BNB, and in the future other deflationary assets. So that is, you tell me that's innovation. I mean, we've been living in a world of stable coins. Stable coins have been out for years, and no one has been able to do this. You're telling us that the biased developers are the first ones to think of this? That's insane. That's
yeah,
insane.
you got to what people are going to find out is the fact that, when it comes to Tether and all these other stable coins that people are coming out, they have to have somebody who's really kind of market this stuff, meaning that, yeah, this the next best thing. Every other stable coin, the way it's set up, even if you try to do real world assets, if you try to do all this other things, we understand that everything is going digital. So why not have a stable coin that you need other coins for it to be considered what's stable.
Yep.
Think about it. It's called stable coin, but some of the top coins have depegged based off of different things, because everybody don't know the numbers. When you do a deep dive in some of these stable coins, if you look, one or two things can throw that whole stable coin off, where now it's depegged. But you got something that eventually what's going to happen is we don't need a true liaison to go out there and really sell DXO. DXO is going to sell itself, because eventually once one or two things happen, which we know they're going to happen to some of these stable coins and to some of these cryptocurrencies that's out there with no utility, that people are just, they're making them today. they're getting thousands and thousands of dollars in within hours, and then they're dumping on people, and people gonna find out that, man, this is not the way. They're gonna leave crypto, they're gonna come back, they're gonna leave again. But what we have and what's going on is just a matter of time before it gets picked up, and you're using it because it just makes sense. These developers are producing things that just make sense. It might not make sense to a few of us in the beginning right now, but we're gonna hold to it makes sense to a lot of people. And once it start making sense to a lot of people, all of us here right now are set for life because we decided to hold something before everybody talked about it. See in life, we gotta stop waiting on the government. We got to stop waiting on wherever country that you're from, wherever city that you're from. It's like we wait for other people to tell us, dictate what we're going to do in life, when we should retire, how much money you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? The little money that I get from being in the military, and then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, that now I can go find another job to try to get this retirement, and so I can have like my grandmama has 3 retirement. Because she's been working all her life, and so she gets enough to take care of herself, and you know what I'm saying, help out, you know what I'm saying, every now and then to family that she can. But it's at least back then. But as we all get older now, we understand that everything is going digital. People don't understand that they're building all these Amazon warehouse and all these city to where I can get stuff next day now. But the thing is, in a few years from now, that whole warehouse is going to be ran by robots. Right now it's ran by a bunch of people, but they got test sites all around the country that's getting it prepared to be ran by robots. People don't understand that they have restaurants in California right now that's ran by all robots, flipping your burgers and shaking out fries. They are letting you know that the job sector is can be done faster and easier, no complaints. I don't want to hear about time off, your baby mama this, your family this. We have to understand that the future of making money is managing your own money. And when you find something this early, that they're trying to figure out a different way, you hold on to it. You learn as much as you can. You educate yourself. You communicate with others, and you accumulate as much as you can. And then all of a sudden, boom, you are set for life.
Crypto is our last chance to compete against the system that was rigged against us. As technology comes in and seeps into the businesses, and we start seeing unemployment rise because people don't have work, the government solution is UBI, Universal Basic Income, which is just a friendly way of saying welfare for all. Okay, and we don't want to be trapped in that system. So crypto is our last chance to compete against that. Our 401ks, that's rigged against us. We were told, I've been told my whole life, that Social Security that was going to be cleaned out by the time it was time for me to collect. And Social Security is something I have to put into every time I clock in. Every dollar I make, there's a portion of that goes to a fund that was supposed to be for me, but now they're saying, well, we used it for other things. We're going to run out of money. That is the system we're up against, and that is why I have invested in 100, continue to talk about 100, continue to talk about Bias, DXO, Dino Biddies, me, Kato, Boss Lady, BSG Millionaire Maker, Crypto Muscle, everybody out there on X, Straight Up, Q, Boring Day in Crypto. Everybody is talking about this. Hundo Freeman, Crypto Vault, all of you guys. We are talking about something that can change, that can give us finally a competitive edge against the system that they have waiting for us when technology takes our jobs away from us. So, Kato, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Just real quick, I just want to appreciate everybody that came on. I just want everybody to understand that we have an opportunity right now. Right now, we have the opportunity to set the tone of this ecosystem. This ecosystem is just getting started. Bias is you need bias for the ecosystem to even be in the ecosystem. That lets you know that there are going to be hundreds of thousands of holders holding bias. We're just at the beginning of something that is unique, is different. You know, it gets to the point where people don't understand. Well, I don't know if that's going to make it. It's been a lot of things that was unique and different. But the thing is, there's nothing right now that's saying that we won't make it. See, that's the thing that people have to understand. What if you get a piece of paper and you write pros and cons, you write your line down the middle and you write out this whole ecosystem. For me, they're more on the pro side than they are on the con side, and that's what I do in life. Any type of situations or decisions I want to make, I get a piece of paper. I write down pro and con at the top, and with this ecosystem and how early we are, we can literally help a lot of people and regular people that society usually is not for us. I don't get this opportunity in anywhere else in crypto. I don't get this in real estate. I don't get this in my business in construction. This opportunity to be in something that yes is sort of like what Red Rocket said before in the past. It's like winning the lottery, but we take the lump sum amount. We take the money for life route. We don't take the lump sum. So it's going to take time. We're not even a year. Next month will be a year with 100, and it's just the first year. It's been a wild year, but just think in that year we started at 10K market cap and we at 10 million market cap. And what I want people to understand is we are 10x away from the next airdrop. The next airdrop is going to be $1 million. And the reason why that's so significant is because we have dipped back to 10 million market cap. What I want people to understand is whatever you put in right now at 100 million market cap, it's just like getting your initial investment back when we get that airdrop. A 10x.
Yes.
There's not too many projects that basically give you back what you put in
Yep.
just
Yep.
for holding. So now
Yeah.
when we get to 100 million market cap, because there's nothing that say we won't, you basically are in this project for free. Come on now.
That gets the air horn, baby.
Look,
That
yeah.
gets the air horn. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Yes, no, that is nail on the head. Kato, so you are doing some spaces, right?
Yes, and that's what I want people to understand. Yeah, we all support each other, but what we know about this project is the fact that because we're so early, we're doing spaces this Sunday at 5 o'clock. Me and Boss Lady, and what we want to do is we want to because we got so many new people. I named the spaces for the next 4 weeks. It's a 4-part series on this whole ecosystem, and we started with 100. And just like we did today, we are breaking down predictions. We're breaking down comparisons. We're breaking down, what is it? We're breaking down what can you do to help. We want people to really understand the breakdown, to dig in deep. With the whole episode is just about 100, and try to get people to understand, just like we're doing right now, educating, communicating, and accumulating everything about 100. Next week it'll be about bias. Then it'll be the Dino Biddies, and then it'll be DXO. And so for the next 4 weeks, we're just gonna do a deep dive into each project, and the whole episode will be about that project.
Right here.
Come on
Yeah,
now.
baby.
Hello.
No, that is awesome, and I will be tuned in to your spaces. I love the shout out to Boss Lady. You guys make an excellent pair on there. I tune in every Sunday, and I love what you guys are doing. You guys have a really good mixture. What do you call that? You guys mesh really well on there. I love hearing how you guys go back and forth, and you're always on point. So be sure to tune into that, guys. Also, with those challenge, get into the Telegram chat, get in there, and if I think that there's still even 100 challenge for pizza. I think that's still valid and live, and so you can buy, if you can buy pizza with 100, you'll get what, 1,100,000 for that. So I mean, there's just a lot of different cool things going on right now. If we can get a business to accept DXO as a payment, and it can be a small business, and I think there's a lot of businesses right now that are already in the tech field that would be almost a shoe-in for some small business like that wants to generate more interest into their customers. So we have that, but I just want to thank Kato for joining me on here today. I want to thank everybody in the chat for going in there. For all of you guys, I give you this. Yeah. Jay Boost, I see you in there. And guys, I want to send you off with just have a good night, good weekend. Don't forget DCA in there. Protect those wallets, top your bags, and we will catch you guys next week. All right?
All right.
Thank you, Kato. Thank you,
Yes,
guys.
sir.